What kind of Dark Ages, medieval Catholic, cat of nine tails, self-flagellating bullshit are you on, my dude? Hello and welcome to the Answers 11, the smartest icebreakers from the dumbest dudes. Are you in between sets at a concert? Do you want to talk to that cool emo person standing next to you but you don't know how to begin? Well, make them forget all about the show that you're attending. It's not going to happen. They're emo. They're so into the band. But still, you can entertain them with a weird question to start the laughs and conversation going. To show you how it's done, it is none other than your God of Odd, Connor.
Yeah, here to preach optimism for emo conversation engagement. You know, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take, and you miss 1,000 conversations you could have with emos at a concert if you don't at least try to deploy one of these conversation starters.
Yeah. And like people want to be talked to, man. Oh, I'm your humble host, Evan. People want to be talked to, man, because one of the emos at the show I was at last night had a patch on their battle jacket that said, "Ask me about the fish theory." And I couldn't because they were too busy moshing, and that's not a place to have a conversation.
That's so true. Context is important. You do need to wait until somebody is not wildly swinging their fists around them to ask them a conversation starter question.
Yeah. But speaking of people and conversation starter questions, we get to talk about our weird questions in the wild. Every Wednesday is Weird Question Wednesday. On our social media, we ask you, our two listeners, to give us your thoughts on whatever we want to ask you. I don't know. I don't make the rules. I just post the stuff.
I make the rules. Well, I come up with the questions. That's not the same thing. I don't know who makes the rules. Maybe that's our
Maybe
next
you
question.
make the rules.
Maybe we all make the rules together.
Are
One
you
answer
are
at a
you
time.
us? Anyway, would you like to go or do you want me to start it off?
I got it. So we threw out what kind of I know a guy would you want to be? And my favorite answer came from Banana King. That's B-U-N Anna, two N's
Oh,
at the end
okay.
of
So a
banana.
rabbit and a banana became one through the Dragon Ball Z fusion dance, and a banana was created.
That must have been it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Banana King. And then after they did that fusion dance, they did take control of an entire kingdom and establish a monarchy.
Do you need to be knighted to become a king?
No. No. But you do need to
Okay.
knight others if you want to maintain your feudal system.
Okay. Cool. Well, what did our liege lord Banana King have to say?
The good King Banana said, "I'm the guy that can be hired to forget. Need a simple task done by someone who won't remember a thing about you or the task in question? I'm your guy."
Huh. I don't know how often that comes in handy, but I feel like if you're in that position, like you really need it.
Mm-hmm.
I feel. Yeah, sorry. Go on.
My favorite part about this answer, in addition to how in a pinch you come if you're the guy that guy is hired to forget things, Banana King could already be that person that you wouldn't know. Any one of us could be the guy that is hired to forget the thing that you asked them to do. We wouldn't remember, would we? You know,
Yeah.
unless you're
I just
keeping incredibly good notes on everything you do every day, you could be that person with just a little Manchurian candidate magic.
neat. I'm more interested in the tasks that one would acquire those services for. The first one that comes to my mind is the meme of deleting the browser history.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They just get deployed when they read the obituary, and they sneak out in the night and destroy that browser history.
Man, they're gonna need to just smash my computer. Like, there's the browser history is not enough.
Well, that's important because Banana King did go on to elaborate by saying, obviously, it can't be anything that requires a bunch of detailed steps or instructions. I can barely remember to put soap in the laundry machine most of the time. So there are limitations to being the guy who doesn't remember. You can't give them a really complicated series of tasks, but you can do things like smash my computer, please, with great force. That's simple enough. That can be done.
Cool. What a feller. I love that. I love that answer a lot. That's really good. I wish Banana King were here now so I could be talking to them and maybe nuzzling up to the sovereignty so I can become an earl or something. But mostly get the answers to these questions because it's fascinating. Man, I never thought that our questions would backfire on us in piquing our interest in conversing and not being able to. Well,
And what about you? What's one of your favorite answers?
I was just about to say, I had a lovely response from many people, but the one that stands out to me is from a dude named Mark on TikTok. They are the mounting a TV, but not the best guy. They want to be the advice guy. But I'm like, so how did you get the one that you actually have, though, my dude? How do you get to be known for mounting a TV, but also not being great at it? Those don't go hand in hand.
Yeah, the barely passable, like, this TV is good for 2 to 3 years, at which point it will unmount itself.
Hey, I got your LG up. I think I hit a stud. Not sure. Good luck.
It's it's like in the land of the hammerless, the man with a single nail is king kind of a situation. Like, he might still be the best in town, but everybody knows we could be doing better.
So, one of my coworkers at a previous job had someone mount her TV for her. And then in the middle of the night, one night, she heard this hellacious rumble come from downstairs to the TV hanging off the wall with most of the wall ripped out.
That does seem like kind of an interesting evening. Maybe that's what this person is offering. The thrill of never knowing when your TV is going to fall mostly off of the wall.
I can say from at least secondhand experience, the recipient of that kind of service is pretty fucking pissed off.
And no, I've got it. Insurance fraud. You get that TV to fall off the wall 4 years from now with a good warranty. That's a fresh TV every 4 years.
You were just staying on top of it. I was gonna say, like, you got a new plasma. I feel like plasma was new in like 2002. I feel like
Man, I don't think we've gotten any new TV technology in a while.
no, it's LED and LCD and, like, I think they say 4K Dude, all I know is my dad got a new TV and it looks like you could reach your hand into a portal into another world. It's crazy. Yeah. And, like, I'm over here with a fucking, 2000, I don't know, 2010 flat screen. And I'm like, this is so big. This looks so good. Look at my dumb video games.
Yeah, I continue to be amazed by basic internet hookups through TV. I think that's the last big revolution that I was aware of. But probably I just don't watch as many commercials as I used to. That's probably why I'm not up on the latest and hottest new TV technology.
You don't get the Sears catalog anymore with your I want A13, like the most expensive vending machine you've ever seen.
Is
Sears still in business?
Yeah, I thought they were going out of business like 15 years ago.
Oh man, I think they're still in business.
Wild. What a cool business model to be constantly going out of business the like it's the opposite of the foot in the door approach of like, oh well, it's like the hand on the doorknob sales approach of like, oh, hang on, I do want to sell you one more thing before I go out of business. And you just say that for 20 years.
Oh man, it's crazy. So apparently Sears may still be in business. They've
It's
got a
wild.
store locator online. What is the okay? Find a store within 100 miles of me. I'm not going to dox myself. There is a Sears in Massachusetts.
Tight, tight. Holyoke Mall?
Does the Holyoke Mall still exist?
I don't know. I think I would have felt the disturbance in the force if it didn't. I would imagine my teenage years would just like reach up and grab me by the throat if all of a sudden the mall didn't exist.
Oh man, I should like find malls that are closing out and see if I can get a cheap DDR machine.
You absolutely should.
So much of my life is spent thinking about DDR cabinets. It's kind of sad.
It's only sad until you get one, and
Then it's amazing.
that day is coming. I feel it. D like I do not see a future 20 years from now where you don't have a DDR cabinet.
I do. I'm dead.
Nah, man. Nah, we'll entomb you with it. If we all have to put our money together and we're like, oh, we should have given him his DDR cabinet when he was still around to dance and revolutionize. Uh, give them their roses while they're still walking on top of the earth.
So on my gravestone, please put however many years I lived, that number followed by combo.
I like
Shit. Most important first question, bud. How you been?
Oh, tired for no particular reason, just tired.
I think that's
I
because you're 32.
That can't be it. That can't be it. Uh, Probably just haven't figured out a good relationship with this house spirit yet. Like I'm leaving out offerings, they're not getting picked up, and so it's probably just slowly sapping the life out of me until I figure out what brand of Cheerios it's into or something.
You are more than welcome to possess my body. Just make sure it is not between the hours of 10 and 6 a.m. so I can get a full night's rest, please.
Yeah, yeah, I mean that's basically where sleep paralysis comes from, right? Is not putting that into the contract of hey, like you can take over if you feel like it, but I am gonna need my 40 winks
Have you ever experienced sleep paralysis?
once, and I had a different experience than most people generally describe.
What was it like?
So for me, I fell asleep on a really weirdly shaped chair in the middle of the day.
Okay,
Uh,
what is a weirdly shaped chair? I'm sorry to fucking interrogate you like the goddamn cops, but you are making your use of adjectives is making me curious more than getting me excited for your story.
there's a 60% chance that it was shaped like a high heel shoe.
Okay, then that's the shit I'm looking for.
I say 60%. I started off by hedging with weirdly because that chair was in the house that I fell asleep in and has sleep paralysis. I'm not sure if it was that one that I was on, not positive.
My sister had one of those chairs. They are weirdly shaped. I'll give you
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Anyway, so let's just assume you're sleeping in your sexy kitten heels.
Yep, that's me. I'm probably like 12, I think.
Yep.
And like I'm a very sleepwalky kind of guy, so my sleep was all like already a little bit off. But instead of the usual like I just can't move and something is sitting on my chest, like maybe some mild hallucinations. That wasn't it. I remember waking up and feeling like I was in excruciating pain if I
Oh
moved at
Christ.
all.
Okay.
Uh, so like I remember twitching and feeling like in really really like agony and being awake enough to know that that was happening and then thinking like, well, I hope that this goes away if I just go back to sleep. Maybe then it'll be okay. But I tried moving for a while and it just felt like it really hurt and I could get like some twitches in, but that was it.
Okay. So you were possessed by one of the princes of hell.
Yeah, yeah, probably the most fabulous one based on the high heel shoe I was sleeping on.
Yeah, damn, that sounds awful.
You know what they say? The sleep paralysis is in the heel. That's a reference to Kinky Boots. You have not seen that show. You're not a musical guy. I forgot about that. Oh well, maybe somebody will listen to this and they'll think that was really good.
Cool. I was like, man, that's all fucking right over my head. I had sleep paralysis once in college. So several years after your experience.
High heel shoe?
No, shitty twin mattress.
Okay. Yeah, how'd that take you?
So back in college, I basically hardlined ZQuil to sleep because I was a stupid child. So I'm assuming that had part of the effect. But I remember waking up in the middle of the night. I was on my left side, and I tried to roll over, and I couldn't. And then I went, oh, shit. I have sleep paralysis right now. I need to close my eyes and not look before the monsters start taking shape.
Wow, that was smart. Good
so
for you.
I laid there for an indeterminate amount of time with my eyes shut, being like, don't let the monsters catch you. It fucking worked. I outran them by falling back asleep, but like,
good thinking.
What a fucking lame way to go about it. I'm just like, yeah, no, fuck you, monsters. No, I'm like, I'm scared of monsters. I'm a 22-year-old dude and I'm afraid of monsters. I'm going back to bed.
Good for you. You would do pretty well in a Fae type experience where like you're obviously not that subject to illusions. If like before you even started hallucinating, you cut it off at the pass by just going back to sleep, knowing full well the exact situation you were in, despite being, by all accounts, half awake, half asleep.
Yeah. I don't know. There were a couple of times that I did hallucinate in college, though. Sleep deprivation, not drugs, unfortunately. I remember seeing
the original drug.
A neon fox flew across the road one night when I was driving.
Oh no, that's so scary because you were driving while it was happening. But
yeah,
so cool.
Like, it was really cool.
What a kick-ass hallucination.
Yeah, because it like imagine a neon light, but turned into a physical fox, and then have it fly. It was cool. And the other one, which got a big yelling at me from my friend because I did it in front of her, was I was just walking across campus, going back to our dorms, and a bat flew at me out of nowhere. But there wasn't a bat, and I did fucking limbo my way away from that bat. And she's like, what the fuck are you doing? I'm like, oh, the bat just flew at me. She's like, there was nothing there. What the fuck is wrong with you? Get to sleep right now. Rawr, 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 rawr. But yeah, Neon Fox, man, that one was tight as hell.
That's so cool. Man, to be young again and hallucinate cool foxes.
Right?
Yeah.
Now I just don't.
Yeah, well, apparently your hallucinations like started going downhill over time from awesome fox to mild inconvenience. I look foolish in front of people. You know, that's a downward trend.
Yeah.
So probably better that you got out of the game at that point. Your hallucinations were probably not going to get better.
Oh man, this receipt bill is so expensive. Evan, it's $30 less than you thought it was. Oh man, that's something.
Anyway, yeah. How are you? How have you been?
I'm fucking great. I went to a show last night. So for any listeners out there into emo music, there are some kids from, I think, Ontario, Canada, called Arm's Length, and they're fucking great. They've got wonderful influences from the old heyday of emo, and then they just do cool shit on top of it now. They're fucking awesome. I can't recommend them highly enough.
Right.
Not to you, because you're not into emo, but people into emo, highly recommend.
The other enough to get a spirited mosh going, so that much you could get me to attend a concert for.
Dude, I fucking forgot how much human body you have to touch when you're tall and in a pit.
Yep. It's a lot. It's
Yep.
probably the only situation I'm comfortable with that much contact.
Yep. It's just like, oh, this person's falling. I'm sorry that I had to grab your butt.
These
Do
things
you know
happen.
how fucking like not to be old man back in my day because I know we didn't do it back in my day either. But man, kids need to learn to keep your fucking feet up when you're crowd surfing. You're gonna kick people in the fucking head. Do you know I
Yep.
had to grab so many feet and just hold them above my friend's head
Yep.
who was very tall and with me last night.
Yeah, I always went right for the ankles. I remember that very clearly. When somebody was coming, I would turn around, ignore the show until they got to me, and then go just keep the ankle up and move
Yep.
it on from there.
Yeah, he was doing a lot of the like the main body lifting, and I was like getting a lot of the stragglers because most of them were coming. So for whatever reason, they weren't coming from behind forward. The kids were jumping off stage and going to the back.
Interesting.
Yeah, so it was cool. Got to watch the show and see the people coming, but most of them were coming from his side. The lead singer got the mic fucked right into his mouth. Like on the second song, and then he's like, yeah, so it's kind of hard to check your teeth when you sing and play guitar, but everything's tight. Like, don't have any fucking regard for my well-being. Like, you keep having fun. Like, that's punk rock, dude.
That is pretty punk rock. Nice.
The other
In defense of crowd surfers, I will say there are some very weird reflexes that kick in when you feel like you're falling, and I mean that literally, because like your feet do little kicks sometimes, and you can't stop it.
Okay, I've never crowd surfed, so I want to know.
I haven't either, but I have gone to a fun zone that I was too old to be at, but went to anyway, and almost hurt myself, but didn't. I probably put a kink in my neck for a couple of days. But big slide, uh, up in the air for a solid like 3/4 of a second in like a full gravity arc down into something, and I, for the life of me, could not stop kicking my little feet the whole time I was in the air.
Did did you pause in the air until you looked down like Wile E. fucking Coyote?
I wish that would have been fun.
Oh, cool. The other thing that was cool from last night,
Yeah.
the other opening band that I liked, the other two didn't care for, but the first one was a band from New Jersey called Bike Routes. Just liked them.
Cool.
They do the fun, clever, slightly front bottomsy, I guess, sounds that I like.
Nice.
I don't know.
Sounds like a
The
good
first
show.
song that opened up was like, do I know this one? I didn't, but it sounded like something I would know. I was like, all right, cool, I'm done. And the guys were at the merch table and had a marker, so they signed the record I bought. So
Hey,
support your small bands. Fucking go to openers. Be cool people. Send love. God damn it.
yeah, what he said.
Want to get into it?
Yeah.
Roll them
All right.
bones.
Let's see what we got here. All right, we're gonna start off with 48.
48. Your palate is cleansed. What food do you want to try first?
Oh,
I don't remember this question, and I fucking love it. One of us was brilliant when we came up with this. It's steak and cheese. I want to have a steak and cheese for the first time again. Just the unctuous beef, the gooey cheese, the soft bread, the snap of the sautéed vegetables, and the little bit of too much salt and pepper I put on every time. Oh my god! Like
I don't use this word lightly, but the unctuousness of the first cheesesteak you've ever had is unparalleled.
I feel like it's what drugs would feel like. Just not like go like it because I'd brand new. I'd have no tastes, and then I'm overwhelmed. Man, I might be screwing myself over.
Yeah, maybe like take it easy. Start with some tapioca. Get
Yeah.
yourself warmed up to flavor.
Like really like vegetables for the first like year and a half.
Yeah, yeah,
No.
yeah. Like set a schedule of bland food that so that you can appreciate like the finer points of broccoli before you're ruined by a juicy Lucy or something.
Yeah, I no, but I think I gotta ride that high. Just like just follow that dragon. I steak and cheese because I just think they're one of my favorite things now, and I have had a robust palate. I would argue.
Mm.
So like just getting punched in the face by the greasy, wonderful comfort that is a steak and cheese. I don't think it can be beat.
Oh, that does sound really good.
How do you do yours?
I'm definitely a whiz guy. And if I can get some
Okay.
sautéed onions in the mix, that usually works out. It doesn't need to be caramelized. Just enough to like get the breakdown. I don't need
Yep.
any like added sweetness, just straight up onions in a little whiz. And that'll do it.
Okay.
It's salt, obviously. Not too
Yeah.
much, but yeah.
I like a little too much. I do the works. I do the works. I prefer sliced cheese to whiz, but I'll do the whiz. I did the whiz a lot in college. My
Yeah.
dad eats steak and cheese like a monster. He gets it with mayonnaise, lettuce, tomato, and raw onion.
Whoa. Raw onion?
Yep.
That would compete too much, in my opinion. That I certainly I wouldn't turn my nose up at it, but that would not be my first, second, third, or fourth choice.
Yeah, it's crazy. It was a sub shop he had like when he was in high school, college time. Closed down by the time I was alive, but that's how they did it. And he's like, it's the greatest thing ever. And it's really funny that my partner is it also eats her steak and cheeses in a similar fashion. She loves it with
Oh,
mayo and like lettuce and stuff. She doesn't do tomato, but so
nice. Oh, you
not
know what I
as
have been doing lately?
oh
Is a
what
little horseradish on there.
oh
Yeah,
Ooh.
that would not be a good virgin sandwich for the first thing you've ever
No,
had post cleanse,
no,
but yeah, nice way to mix it up a little bit. Get
no.
some
But me
zest in there.
as I am now. Do you do the refrigerated jarred horseradish?
Hmm. That's for me.
That's the stuff, man. You can't. No other version compares. My Polish is showing. I had one more thing to say about steak and cheese before going off on it. It's all good. Oh, how do you feel about salami on a steak and cheese?
I have never had that experience.
You've never had a bomb? You never had a steak bomb?
No, I guess not. I have had the steak bomb calzone that you used to treat me to from Lasers
Lasers. Oh, so
Pizza and
good.
Sub Shop, if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken.
No reason to go to Ware, Massachusetts. But if you've been dropped and cursed by a genie and find yourself there, hit up Lasers. They're very good.
Yeah, yeah. Conveniently, maybe I might be misremembering, but I think conveniently located to that the Packy that we used to go to.
Same road. Yep.
Yeah, there you go. Good choice.
Note: Packy is New England for package store. It's where you buy booze. I feel like we need to remind people every time because they're like, "What are these racist fucks talking about?"
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah. Even package store, I think, is also New England for liquor store.
It it is. Well, no, fucking West Coast. Your liquor store is any fucking where you enter. You walk into a
Yeah.
goddamn Walgreens, like, hey, do you want temptation? I'm here for my medication, man. I can't have this whiskey, but shit, do I want it now?
Yeah. You drive across the country and like find it in drive-throughs. It's insane.
Yeah, I do. Blue fucking laws are what I'm used to, man.
Mm.
But what is yours? I need to stop thinking about steak and cheese. What do I need to be thinking about instead, Connor?
Jalapeno pepper with the seeds removed. Because I've built up a pretty decent spice tolerance at this point. Nothing to brag about, but enough that
Yep.
I can, casually enjoy hot sauce. And I don't remember what it was like to be afraid of spice, but I want to get back in touch with that and like have that experience over again. Because when I was a kid, I couldn't tolerate anything. And I want to get that like pure start taking notes, pay attention, be mindful about spice hurts. Spice is bad, and just track the progress into spice is tasty. Spice hurts in a good way.
What kind of Dark Ages, medieval Catholic, cat of nine tails, self-flagellating bullshit are you on, my dude? Oh, I want to hurt with my food again. That's the first fucking experience I want, is to be in pain.
It's a good hurt. It's a good hurt.
It is. I love spice too, but the first fucking thing, you're gonna give a baby a jalapeno pepper. Hey, this is what nourishment is. Mother's milk, fuck you. Here's pain. Welcome to the real world, baby bitch.
I took the seeds out, man. It's not gonna be that wild.
But you left the ribs in. The ribs have the spice too. Don't you watch cooking YouTube?
Would you be a little bit more accepting of a jalapeno popper? Get some cream cheese in there to help facilitate the process.
You cut chocolate chip cookies, soda pop, a really nice actual steak, not slathered in whiz and bread. Fucking just nice bread, focaccia, bacon, mother's chicken soup.
So I thought about this.
Mashed potatoes, you Irish fellow.
Yeah, mashed potatoes would be pretty good. That's probably number 2 to follow up on the jalapeno while I'm trying to figure out why I did this to myself. But I wanted a single ingredient. I didn't want a dish, because this is the first thing that I've had, and I don't think I can handle the complexity of steak, meat, and like juicy, delicious, and plus cheese, and like all of that, and not to mention bread in the mix. I just wanted to start off with something straightforward, obvious, clear. Jalapenos aren't that bad, man. You know, I'm not throwing a California Reaper down my throat. Carolina Reaper.
I understand, but you need to remember that you're talking from a position of someone who enjoys spice. There are people who find, again, no shade, black pepper spicy.
That's true. And I in solidarity with them, I wanted to step back into it. You know, I can bridge the divide, because I know that I will build my spice tolerance back up again. Now that I've started with the jalapeno pepper, and I'm assuming I haven't been too terribly scarred by it, and I can watch myself go from start to finish on that path.
I now want to watch you trepidatiously eat every other food in existence how is this going to hurt me now? What is the pain I will feel from here? God, I hope lemon isn't the fucking second thing you give yourself.
Yeah, just have me on the video like they do with babies. Just to watch me do the
and you don't know that there's fucking answers for them. You'll be trying to like reach for your water. You're like, oh no, is this going to just taste like needles?
Why did we name our podcast after this? It's awful.
Oh, we are on a lemon named podcast. Lemons are great.
Lemons are great, but you got to work up to it a little bit.
Yeah.
And maybe where we talked about your smartest path might have been to start with bland and move into something delicious like a cheesesteak. I've started off setting my expectations for food is complicated and it hurts you, but there's flavor in it. And everything after that, maybe I'm not looking out and hyper vigilant for food that's going to bite me back. Maybe after that, it's a pleasant oh wow. And these mashed potatoes, they don't even hurt when I eat them. Golly, isn't that nice? Wow.
Your answer is insane, but I love it.
And I gotta work up the horseradish. Just talking about horseradish.
Horseradish! There's so many foods that hurt.
My favorite thing about horseradish is that it makes you feel the inside of your head.
Wasabi,
very much the same experience. You just get in touch with your sinuses in a way that you just don't normally feel them.
Oh man, I fucking vibrate when I eat too much wasabi, and Lee's like, "You doing all right?" I'm like, "Yeah, but this hot mustard's so good."
Yeah.
Oh man, I feel like we could talk about food forever. So let's move along so we don't bore our two listeners.
All right, we're moving on to 13.
13, lucky number. What is your favorite obscure song?
Ooh, I hesitate to call this an obscure song because I know that it has come up pretty heavy in different parts of the world, but I am gonna go with Horse Outside. I think this might
By
have
the
made the
Rubber
charts in Ireland.
Bandits.
Rubber Bandits, Horse Outside. That's what I'm going
Okay.
with.
I'm pulling up YouTube real fast because I want to see the view count for Horse Outside. It is 24 million views, Connor. That is, I'm sorry. I don't think that's that's obscure anymore.
Locally obscure? It like in the US, I think it's obscure, right? Can we just pause the podcast for a hot minute and you like go into some analytics about the viewership of Horse Outside by the Rubber Bandits?
I don't know how to do that. Is Horse
No, neither do I.
Outside an obscure song .chatgpt.com. I'm an idiot.
That prompt didn't yield fruit.
No, I forgot to add song, so it's like we don't know if this is obscure sentence structure or not. Google's AI says no. Horse Outside is not a known or obscure song title. The most likely song title you are thinking of is A Horse with No Name by the band America.
If it confused Google, then it's obscure.
It has its own Wikipedia page. I'm sorry, bud. I think I gotta. Other people, they're not the fucking co-host on the podcast. You are. I'm gonna shame you. I don't think that works.
Oh well, I'm sticking with it. I'm holding firm. You know what? It's also one of the other reasons I like this song. It's not an argument for obscurity, but it is one of very few songs that has my name in it. Not in a particularly good or like glorified way. It's no like Jolene or anything, but it does say Connor.
Can you imagine? And Fitzy.
That's true. Wait, maybe it's just Fitzy.
It is Fitzy.
Is there a Connor and a Fitzy? Fitzy drives a Mitzi, so I might just go with him. Anna bought a Honda.
Yep.
Yeah, I think it's both. I think it might have both of my names.
No, and Derek owns the Subaru. It's Derek. Damn. Is it Connor?
All right. Horse Outside. Lyrics.
To be fair, I can't fucking understand those guys on a good day.
The accents are great. Nope. I guess it's just Fitzy drives a Mitzi and he offered me a spin.
Yep.
Well, I'll take it.
Well.
I'm still taking it.
Good for you, man. It's still a good song. So I think I'm going to stick to the actual spirit of this question and give you an actual obscure song. Is that okay? Are you cool if I do that? If I just shame you so fucking hard right now?
I mean, if I say yes, then I you're obviously not shaming me hard enough. So,
yeah, right.
No matter what my answer is to that question, you're just gonna have to keep on shaming me.
It's all good. Man. Anyway, I'm having fun. No, so my favorite obscure song as of this moment right now is Come Back Home by the band Koi.
Fair enough. I have no idea what you're talking about. Obscure. Certified. Stamped.
Do you remember Rachel from high school?
Yep. The only Rachel that you refer to as Rachel, there have been a great many Rachels, but I think she was the first Rachel.
She was.
The only Rachel without a last name that you reference as simply Rachel.
Which is fitting because I don't know her married name.
Mononymous Rachel.
Favorite mononym. Bam. Her father's friend's band got their EP
pretty obscure.
It's so good. It's so freaking good. I still listen to that EP every now and then. I'm like, man, these guys are great. And you can't look it up. They don't exist online. That was back in 2008.
Have you checked? Maybe since
Yeah,
then
recently.
the internet.
No, I've checked recently. Like within the last 6 months.
Oh, well, this is media that you're in charge of preserving now.
Shit. I keep having media that I need to preserve specifically musically.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, that's your calling. If you were going to preserve any media.
Yeah, I guess. That or old pinup magazines. I think that'd be real fun.
What a crazy choice. That is not what I would have expected from you if there was a second choice. Do you have old pinup magazines?
No, but I really like pinup art.
Yeah, I hear you. I get it.
Like I think it'd be cool to be the type of guy who was like cool enough to have a pinup girl tattoo, but like that feels not great to me. So
I don't know if it's if it's your only tattoo, I think it sends the wrong message. If it's one of several and it's not in an easily observable part of your body, then you can make an argument for how it fits into the history of art and something.
Or if I was like a sailor or a seafaring gentleman. But I'm not. I'm a fucking nerd from New England.
You know what, Evan? I think that you have just as much right to a pinup tattoo as a sailor does. I'm not going to give them a pass on the potentially fraught feminism violation of having a nude woman on your arm. If it's okay for them, it's okay for you.
I'd be tasteful. I think I would hide the bits.
Nice. Well,
I think maybe like a little bit of bum.
Maybe a little bum as a treat.
As a treat. But no, yeah. So I don't know if you still have "Come Back Home." That is the title of their EP. But the title track is what I was talking about. I can send it to you. It's very good. I like it a lot.
What do you like about it?
It's got that really like spacey, like indie alt rock of that time, where it's kind of got really driven musicianship behind it, but like really lively vocals, but not in a way that's like angry or like even happy. It's more of just like spirited contemplativeness. And just nice. I don't know, whatever fucking effects they put on the guitar and the lead singer's vocals, it's just so good. And because like it's so catchy. I don't remember. It's how "Come Back Home" starts. It's you hang around with all new friends who tell you to want more. Those retro hippie boa trends, the magazines have shown, but you don't know. It's just the way that it rises and falls. It has such a beautiful cadence too, and it's really fun. And they've got cool fills and little guitar bits. I think they even put piano in it. It is really that like keen and fucking Interpol, the Automatic era of music.
Kind of give me. You tell me if I'm wrong about this. I might be barking up the wrong tree. Maybe like some Static Jacks kind of a vibe.
Yes. Yeah. It's got the same kind of like echoey reverb on the vocals with girl parts specifically.
Cool. I did it. All right.
Damn. You are not dumb about music sometimes. Shit.
Hey,
I forgot that was one of our like bonding things. Was we were like, music's fun. Let's go listen to ska together.
Yeah. Speaking of ska, I do get to see Streetlight a couple months from now. They're coming through Portland.
Awesome. They're doing another Christmas show in Boston. I should call Mike.
Yeah, man. Make it out.
Yeah. Did I ever tell you I finally got to see Streetlight with Mike?
No.
Yeah, it was it was the end of their tour. It was the hometown show. I drove down to Jersey that night for the show, slept over, went back to Mass the next day. And it fucking 10 years. For 10 years we've been trying to see Streetlight together, and we finally did. And then Thomas Kalinaki was like, "We are coming out with a new record. It is finished, except for my vocals." Because he never finished his fucking lyrics. So I don't know if we're ever getting it. But we're the closest that we've ever been to a new Streetlight record. Shit.
Fingers crossed. One of these days.
Man, I want it so bad. But what I want, even more, Connor, is question 3 of the night.
That'll be number 90.
Number 90.
All
man.
over the
Old
place
to
with
new. And, well, speaking of seafaring gentlemen, Connor, Blackbeard kept lit candles in his beard. What is your pirate intimidation factor?
Glowing bones. 100%.
Holy
I
shit.
come out, like full on skeleton in the dark.
Did you know that? Did you fucking just read ahead and just choose the one you wanted? You came with that answer so fast. That was locked, cocked, and loaded. Holy shit.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I had only 2 thoughts. My first thought was that scene in Honey, I Shrunk the Kids where the guy's like, well, we're trying to get people to glow, but look, problem is that it just goes into your belly. And like the 2 dudes like pull up their shirts in a dark room and they just have glowing guts. And then he's like, mix it with some milk. I'm a genius and I can shrink people. And that'll get it into your circulatory system to make them glow all the way. And so I thought, glowing circulatory system, but I upgraded it into bones because pirates is skeleton scary flags.
That's really good. God, that's such a good answer. So you only attack during night.
Oh yeah. No, yeah, like a vampire. You're safe during the day. But yeah, I'll be old Glowbones.
Old Glowbones. I feel like you can have a cooler name than that.
That's
like
what makes it so cool.
The Poison Spectre. The Poison Corpse? I don't know. Anyway.
But what I want is to have like semi-harmless kind of name that nonetheless strikes fear into the hearts of my enemies.
Okay.
Glowbones sounds like a fun, herky-jerky, like ooky-spooky, Halloween-y kind of a ghost. Maybe like a decoration even.
Right.
But when people quiver after hearing Glowbones, you know it's like the name is not carrying any of the fear.
No, but when a giant, 6'3" skeleton starts lumbering after people, yeah, that's pretty horrifying.
Yep, and I've always got a backup career in Scooby-Doo if this doesn't work out for me.
So with your intimidation factor, I assume you're more of a melee combat. I feel like having to rush at people would be scarier than just a skeleton looming in the distance.
It kind of depends. Because you would need to be worried about the skeleton noticing you. Because if you see like there in the distance, what is that? It's a skeleton, but then the skull turns around and instead of seeing the back of it, now the 2 empty sockets are looking in your direction.
Ooh, that's pretty
Arm
good.
raises up towards you.
That's pretty good. Yeah. Fuck, Glowbones is terrifying. I cannot compete with this. Holy shit.
Here comes old Glowbones.
What's your flag looking like?
Well, I mean, I could just make it a glowing skeleton. There are already so many skeletons on the flags, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go with just a big old hourglass, but at the top of it, it's a heart that has dissolved, like only half of a heart. So the bottom half is in the bottom of the hourglass, and the top part is in the top part of the hourglass.
Ooh, okay. That's fun.
Like your life essence is draining away.
Yeah, I like that a lot. That's very good. I was gonna recommend a skeleton skull on the flag, but you sew it so that the eyes glow in the night, so it looks like they're peering out at you. But I think yours is better metaphorically and works well throughout the day.
Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna meet you halfway. It'll be a skeleton with a big open mouth, or just the skull with the big open mouth, and that's where the hourglass goes with the heart
Ooh,
draining downwards. And yeah, the eyes glow at night.
that's fucking rad as hell, dude. Holy shit.
Man, I should be a pirate, huh?
You should be a pirate. Fuck. Holy God. Like this is one of the best answers you've ever given.
Glowbones. All
Like this is
glowbones.
right up there with fucking Jesus from the Christmas one.
You know, they said that my weird fascination with bones would only hold me back, but here it is, really coming in handy.
All I need to do is make a really silly podcast. I love it.
What?
Oh my God.
Bones fascination comes in handy for a silly podcast.
That's really good. That's really good. Um I think for my intimidation factor is I'm going to maybe it's because I've just been watching a lot of bodybuilding videos that I've got steroids on the mind, but I want to be the biggest fucking pirate, just
Yeah.
like 2 men wide. I'm so built that like
Nice.
Andre the Giant kind of shit going on here,
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
they're like, yes, he like that they're afraid that, does a bullet even affect him,
Mm-hmm. Nice.
or will his muscles just like catch it like a nightmare?
Yeah,
I
you could
don't
just,
have
like,
anything.
You'll no sell the hell out of any attacks that come your way.
Yeah.
You don't even flinch. You don't defend yourself at all.
Yeah,
You just like take the damage and tell your pirate lackeys to actually clean up because
Yeah.
it's so beneath you. You're so unthreatened.
like not to be grotesque, but I'm thinking of that scene of the bald guy from Daredevil where he smashes the guy's head in a car door.
Oh, what a good scene.
Like that that honestly, I haven't watched a lot of shows. I loved Daredevil. That was really masterfully written. But like I want that kind of like imposing force of just like less of a person, more of a force of nature kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where it's just big, like, because I'm still gonna be tall, so I'm gonna loom down on them. And just, I think the no selling is a big part of it, of just like, you're not human, you are a monster.
Yeah. Yeah. Ooh, you know what? And I bet the other part this is coming from is because we just saw 13 Bandits, a
Yeah.
great kung fu movie, and it makes me think a lot of the two giants that were in it
Yes.
who would just take punishment after punishment and show no sign of it. So immense, so intimidating that when you hit them, it makes a different sound than when anybody else gets hit.
Okay, two listeners, if you are at all inclined to watch old kung fu movies, go watch The Drunken Cat Paws, or No One Can Touch Her, or The 13 Bandits, or The 14 Bandits. They're all the same movie. It is one of the best movies I've seen in a long time, let alone kung fu movie. And then you'll kind of understand us a little bit better. It's free on YouTube through the Wu-Tang Collection. It's a great time.
It is. It's a good time.
So I was
email
thinking...
email us at lemonanswers@gmail.com, and we will even share our drinking rules with you to go alongside it.
Hell yeah, it's really fun. It's really fun. I have thought of my name as I want to be
As
Scylla.
the big Zilla.
No, Scylla. Like Scylla in Charybdis.
Oh yeah, to really sell the like monster.
Yep.
I am
Like,
more than human kind of a
because
kind of a
I
message.
always imagine Scylla as kind of like a rock golem.
Mhm.
It's just been a long time since I've had anything to do with the Odyssey. But I think I was hewn out of stone and became man, and that is what is leading this pirate ship.
Yeah, like rough, craggy, huge.
Yeah,
I like
so I think my flag would then be like a mountainous man in a whirlpool, because it's
Are we
either
talking like waist up out of the whirlpool, or
No, I was
like
thinking
standing
next to
ankles deep?
like I was thinking next to, and then the whirlpool would be down, kind of like a right angle look.
Mhm.
And that way it's the implication of it's either me or the briny deep.
Oh, that's really good. Yeah, yeah, make your choice. You see the flag and you get either the mountainous man, Scylla himself, or you take the dive.
Hey Connor, do you want to go be pirates? Like
We
not
should
real
be
pirates
pirates.
that
Yeah.
like actually existed, but the cool ones in fantasy that we romanticize pirates as, because I fucking do.
Yeah, romanticize pirates, man. That sounds like a good time.
I gotta ask, would we be amicable, or would we have a rivalry?
I think generally, I don't know that pirates went after each other all that often. It just seems too dangerous.
I don't know, man. One Piece taught me differently.
I think we have very different intimidation tactics.
Yep.
Tell you what, you seem like you would do the best if you stick to daytime marauding,
And your nighttime.
and I'll take the night.
Oh, and that's the secret about our cruise, is that it's like we're one giant ship, but like we
Ah,
position ourselves as different ships during the day and nighttime. So like
excellent.
that's why we show up like phantoms. Ah,
And that works even better because we get to take shifts. We get time off. And
yeah.
we're only on the clock 12 hours a day. And like depending on the season, you might be taking the longer shift or I might
Yep.
be.
Yep. I like that. And that way I can keep exercising. That way I can keep up my giant shape, and you can keep eating 100% cakes of uranium, I guess.
Whatever it takes, man. I gotta glow one way or another.
Fuck. Oh man, this was so good. I keep. Oh yeah, because like I wouldn't use a weapon. I would just crush.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
like, man, I'd have stores of like talc where they'd think I'd have these giant stones, and then I just crumple them into dust in my hands.
Mm, mm.
Like, we're both fucked if either of us get into an actual fight. But man, our intimidation factor is just like 11 out of 10. Like we're putting it all into bluff.
Hmm. Yep, 100%. Well, I mean, of course, if you get that big, you will actually be able to hurt people. I just glow.
You do gotta stay skinny so your bones look better.
Yeah, yeah, I gotta keep the pounds off to make sure that the glow comes through properly.
Wild.
Yeah, yours is also a lot more attainable.
I
It's a lot easier to get big than it is to glow from the bones.
through your skin.
Yeah,
Like,
that's a tall order.
oh
Not
man.
easy. I don't know that we have that technology, but maybe one day.
But we will, because we're in fantasy pirate land, the best pirate
Perfect.
land.
Yeah, 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 where everything is attainable,
Yeah. Well, what's
including
attainable
yonder
for us
booty.
right now is our last question of the night. What
That's
is it,
number
bud?
27. 23 cubed, my friend.
Yahoo. What sport, no E, would you like to be good at?
Archery.
Fuck,
Archery.
that's really cool. All right.
Yeah,
Which
100%.
version? Like American archery, or Kyudo, which is Japanese archery?
What's the difference?
I think Kyudo is more contemplative. Like it's like a meditation in violence, not just being good at shooting targets.
They
Also, you
shoot
gotta like
targets though,
wear
right?
yeah, you do,
Okay,
and then
yeah,
you wear
that's
fun
important.
get-ups, and I think there's contests or like get-togethers. One of my friends does Kyudo, so I ask her about it every now and then. She
Oh,
made the group's banner. It looks really nice.
I think I'll go standard, less contemplative, more violence.
Okay. Are you gonna get to the point of being Robin Hood, shooting 3 arrows at once?
3 arrows would be nice, but I think I would settle for being able to shoot from horseback
Oh, that's cool,
and just
man.
kind of live out a little bit of Legend of Zelda kind of fantasy.
I was thinking Shadow of the Colossus
Also good. Also good. Yeah, my first lesson will need to be shouting my horse's name incredibly inarticulately.
with rocks in your mouth. Okay,
Ah,
why why archery?
archery feels like I wouldn't need to exercise that much.
Fucking loser.
I mean, I'm sure you do need a pretty significant amount of upper body strength,
Oh yeah.
uh, but I don't think there's all that much cardio involved.
You also need like crazy leg strength too to maintain on horses. It's a lot
Ooh.
of adductor, like the inner thigh muscles, because you're squeezing yourself onto them, man.
Okay. Well, like most of the time when anybody tries to avoid exercise, it's not going to work, and I am going to wind up exercising anyway. That's too
That's
bad.
just existing, man. It sucks.
That's yeah, yeah. Life requires movement.
It's almost like we were evolved to be mobile.
Yeah, yeah. So, well, that part's not going to pan out, it turns out. But archery just feels really cool. It just like a lot of sport is pure athleticism. You think like a sprint would be good. It would be great to be an excellent sprinter and just tell people like I can run really fast. Look, and then you do it, and that's amazing.
Yep.
But uh, archery, I think, leaves a lot of potential for bar tricks and party tricks. You know,
Okay.
it feels more like throw a quarter in the air and I can shoot it with my bow and arrow. I guess I would need to get magnetic tips on that. I'll need to work that one out. Exactly. That's probably more of a gun shooting trick. But yeah, it just feels like more
Well,
flashy,
well,
more
Connor,
show.
Connor. Once you've put enough stats into archery, you will unlock the gun face.
By extension. I mean, really, thinking about it, guns probably requires less exercise than bow and arrow. I probably missed out a little bit, but I'm still going with it because Link didn't get guns, neither will I.
Cool, cool. What kind of bow? You gonna do crossbow, composite bow? Are you gonna make one out of fucking, I don't know, beach and gut?
I'm already taking on a lot of side hobbies already with wanting to get good at archery on top of a horse. So I'm not going to go so far as to make my own bow
Okay.
because that sounds like uh, a lot of time and effort and a
No,
lot
that's
of
fair. That's
artistry.
fair.
But I'm just yeah, like standard like draw it back, let it fly kind of a bow. No crossbow. I don't want to have
Okay.
to use the little crank.
The kind that Leah's got.
Does she?
Yeah, you've seen it. Your
Have I?
memory's just bad.
Wow. I bet I was really impressed.
You
Does she use
thought
it?
she was so fucking cool.
I that's how I feel right now. Does she use it very often?
Not as of late.
Can I borrow it?
That's a question for her. It's not mine to not mine to offer.
Okay, there's no standard policy that you can reference.
I don't know. Can I have your wife's embroidery kit?
Yeah, yeah, I think you could. I think she'd be okay with that.
See, you think you don't know, and that's the difference between us. I will not take that next step into putting a foot into my mouth.
Well, I guess I'm just more willing to disappoint people than you are. I'll take it back, I'll be like, sorry, man, no, I asked her, and she says, no, actually, you can't have it.
Hey, man, cred to you. Stick to your bow and arrows.
So, what about you? What's your sport?
Dude, I am so fucking torn between two, and I am going to go with the one that I think has a little bit more overall practicality. And
Okay.
that one is going to be boxing.
All right.
Uh,
So, strong choice, requiring lots of exercise. You're going a very
yes.
different route than me already.
Yes. So my other option was powerlifting.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, I'm curious, what was tempting about powerlifting for you?
I
That doesn't
love
make as much
lifting.
intuitive sense.
I love lifting. It's one of my favorite things to do. I think it's just so cool picking up heavy shit and putting it down. Um, I just
Fair enough.
I think there's just something about it that just goes right into my brain, and I'm like, yeah, metal.
That was
Um,
big.
yeah, but I like while the strength gains I feel like would be fucking dope. I feel like boxing would just give me a overall better health with having to increase stamina, hand-eye
Mm,
coordination, reaction time. I feel like it's more all encompassing, and
yeah.
they're just like maybe it's just growing up on anime and kung fu movies, but there is the part of me that's just like I want to be able to protect myself and others if need be in that situation, and I don't have those
Mhm.
skills. Not that I'm, gonna like beat up people, but just like if someone steps out of line and starts swinging first, like I would
You
prefer
want to
to
be prepped.
have,
You want to be ready.
yeah. And I just think boxing's so fucking cool. Just the ability to put your body through that insane level of exertion, like
Mm.
you don't think 3 minutes is a long time until you're in like a position with another human being where you're both using your mind and body to wail on the other. There's
That does stretch out 3 minutes for sure.
because you got to move, you got to think, you got to react, you got to take pain, you got to dish out pain. It's like I know the best form of self defense is mixed martial arts, but there's a romance to boxing, and I am a nerd
Mm.
at the end of the day, and I like the just the flavor of it. I think just your fists as opposed to like grappling and knocking people to the ground and stuff. They like it's more effective, but it feels brutish. Whereas boxing is just there's an elegance to it that I think is really
Mm.
cool.
Mm.
Unless you watch some fights where all they do is clinch, and then it's like, okay, hug it out, bros. But it's just cool. It's just cool shit. And I have no stamina, and I'd like to get that stuff. And I think
You
boxing
will
would
have to.
be
Yeah.
really fucking cool.
Yeah. I think probably less tricky tailoring also than powerlifting. Powerlifting, I think, would shape you in a way that would be difficult to clothe. That's my
Just
guess.
a lot of XL or XXL t-shirts, I think.
I don't know. I don't know. I feel like that wouldn't fit right in the midsection, even if it hits your shoulders right.
Dog, you don't watch as much exercise videos as I do. I'm sure they just billow in it.
I guess I don't. I guess I don't. That's true. And for all I know, boxers maybe they have the worst clothing situation. Just a consideration. I'm just gonna be lean, I think, as an archer, and I'll look great in cloaks. So
Yeah, dude,
the attire that comes with the sport is very important.
I just get concussive damage, whereas you are having a little fucking show at the Ren Fair.
Yep, yep, that's me. Is falconry a sport?
I sure hope so.
Maybe I should have said falconry. I don't really like birds. Yeah, no, that would that'd be a very professional relationship between me and my falcon.
It is a hunting sport, yes.
Okay, okay, all right. Mm. Hard to compete, I think, again, like to prove who's the best falconer compared
Oh
to boxing,
man.
which is probably, like sort of obviously testable.
Falconry competitions, according to Google's AI, showcases the skill of both the falconer and their bird, often judged on flight style, speed, and pursuit of prey.
I would love to learn how to rate bird skill.
Your sport is falconry judging.
I guess so. I guess my sport will be yeah, I think that's probably the closest to a Pokemon fight you could get into in real life without actually hurting anybody.
Yeah, yeah, that's really good. I mean, you're probably gonna have to kill the prey, but
Oh yeah, I guess I forgot about that part.
Yeah, fuck the rodents. Fuck them.
Yeah.
Dude, it's all right. You're with Valkyrie, and I'm now like, shit. I could have said professional wrestling.
Ooh, well, I would argue professional wrestling, either a sport or a performance. And certainly the wrestling performance requires a lot of athletic ability. I would not consider it a sport. I'd call it a performing art.
Okay. Is pro wrestling a sport?
But like, obviously there are
No,
wrestlers
it is
at the
generally
Olympics.
not considered a sport according to Google's AI.
Well, whoever disagreed with Google's AI.
Yeah.
No, there's a reputable source if I've ever heard of one.
Yeah, so I guess that's an interesting breakdown of like, are all athletics a sport, or are just all sports athletics? And I think it's more no, it couldn't. Yeah, no, I think you're right that it's a performance, and I should catch up on SOS.
Yeah, I would, but it's just not the same, not in person, and I can't think of anybody within grabbing distance that I could go to see professional wrestling with, aside from you. And you're gone now.
I am gone now. Well, sorry, bud. I have fun by writing my thoughts for you in the Google Doc that we share. But the other thing that I had a lot of fun with was the podcast. You're now at the end of it. You didn't need to listen this far, but you did, and we appreciate it. If you want to help your God of Odd and the humble host out, you can rate us 5 stars on wherever you're listening to this. Spread the word to your friends. Reach out to us on social media. Just do all the jazz.
And ask people our weird questions in real life, and give us a little bit of credit. That'd be nice.
Let us, dude, if you want, let us know if you get some cool answers. Like, we're in it for the answers, man. It's so fun what people come up with. If you want to let us know what you're thinking, or have some questions that you want heard on the podcast, you can shoot us an email at
lemonanswers@gmail.com.
lemonanswers@gmail.com. We will probably respond. We've got no lives. If you want to be part of the Weird Question Wednesday fun, or just see other dumb shit that we put online, we have social media at...
The answer is a lemon. I focused real good this time, and I got it right. I am back on my game. I am not going any deeper into that losing streak of getting these things wrong at the end of the podcast.
Hell yeah. That's The Answer's a Lemon on social media. Yep, that's all we got. Love you guys. Bye.
That covers it. So long.